welcome back to AI Entrepreneurship. In today's lesson, you'll learn more about the people building block and how it functions within the critical drivers. Please note that the people block is nestled right in the center of the pyramid. This is because people are the heart of your business. They are the driving force behind your success, the consistency of delivery. And despite the fact that automation is on the rise, human beings will always have a role to play in your company's success. When anyone feels valued or a team feels valued, it establishes a strong working culture, a culture that welcomes their input, respects their dignity, and emphasizes ethical business practices. And that can produce enormous value. As you progress through the course, you may notice that we don't use the term human resources in our program. That's because we don't believe human beings should be viewed merely as a cog in a machine. Words matter, so remember, your people are living, breathing individuals with families, aspirations, and often great ideas. And when you treat them that way and you respect them, they pay back with loyalty and work ethic. So let's talk about why the difference between a principle and a value and being ethical and communicable is important for advertising your brand and for your team. Formalizing your values, making them known with your team, will create a camaraderie amongst all of your stakeholders, your customers, your suppliers, and the same level of respect will follow through. Let's follow the flow of how values are formed. We are a human operating system, the most sophisticated operating system on the planet. From our learnings and parental guidance and other inputs we gather individually, we determine our own code of ethics that define our value. This is also referred to as our moral compass. Very appropriate. Choice is what stimulates us to move into action. Choice is backed up by our values, and we either agree with the action and choose to do it or not to do it. It's a binary yes or no. Next, actions that are usually deliberate from a choice, activating a behavior, a response, and repeated several times, it can form into a habit. So when we practice regularly and live by habits, good or bad, they provide us continuity and stability and confidence. When an action gives us pain in any way, we may question its value. Maybe our choice wasn't correct, or our belief was flawed. But the more times we move into action and get a favorable result, we get better and more efficient, providing ourselves a standard or an operating principle. The cycle begins over and over again. I pose this question to you. If a decision is critical to a person's life, would you give the choice to move into action to a computer or an android? That can be an ethical question. The answer is it depends on what the choice is and how big an impact it could have or will have on lives, good or bad. Here is a mantra that advertisers use to better understand people and what motivates them to act. To put it simply, what people think and believe based on experience, established values, alters their plans and their behaviors. This will be true for both your customers and your employees. And that's why when establishing your company vision, it's important to project what values your employees and customers share. Let's take a look at what principles are. Principles are universal truths based on natural laws. Our principles also help us to determine consequences for our negative or positive behaviors. So while values may vary from person to person, principles will remain constant in the universe. That's how it works. Those who study automation often wonder when we'll be able to trust AI to make decisions that impact our lives. And this is why instilling human principles into AI machinery is considered a priority by many futurists who are concerned that decision-making robots could one day cause humans harm. One of those futurists, a novelist, Isaac Asimov, developed 3 laws for artificial intelligence that he believed were imperative to keeping humans safe. He believed that these laws, or principles, should be programmed into every robot in order to prevent them from directly or indirectly causing harm to humans. He believed that if robots prioritized the well-being of humans above all, there would be no risk of them accidentally or intentionally maiming people while carrying out their tasks. What does this all add up to? In order for your business to reach its full potential or its destiny, you will want to be aligned with your customers. When you understand their schedules, preferences, lifestyles, and then develop a set of business operating principles which adequately reflects your shared values with your customers, this provides that alignment of standards and expectations which translates into value for the relationship for both of you. The ethical framework you develop in your company can positively affect the morale of everyone your business touches, from employees to suppliers to your customers. Today, because of short media cycles, constant exposure with cameras in everybody's hands, and easy access to data, it is difficult for companies to avoid the new road to transparency when shaping their business cultures. Times of change and being ambiguous is not likely to win your customers. We've talked about applying business ethics as humans, but now we have to extend our thought process to one of the most difficult philosophical questions of our time. It is whether or not machines could learn to think like humans. And frankly, no one has been able to answer this question convincingly. But it does come with its ethical challenges, like the 3 ethical concerns Dr. Michael Sandel, who studies at Harvard, has brought forward. Please just be aware of these issues because they can enter the business realm and likely be discussed more in your time. Let's be clear, you are the custodians of the future. It will be up to your generation of entrepreneurs to decide what ethics and values to abide with in the marketplace. In the coming years, you will have unprecedented access to new technologies and tools which will allow you to utilize artificial intelligence in ways the world never believed possible. And so I say to you, in the words of the late comic book writer Stan Lee, the creator of Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. You are the new explorers. You will build new worlds. Your motivation will come from within, driven by your passion, vision, and yes, your values. Thanks for taking the time to learn about ethics with us, and I'll see you at the next lesson.